Part 2. Ken Bruen, the Dramatist. The World Cup, shambles that it was, had recently finished. Conspiracy theories, dodgy linesmen, atrocious referees had provided a feast of horrendous sport. The sentry said, "Them Cameroons was robbed." I stared at him, and he added, "I had bet on Italy. Got 7-1. 5 goals disallowed." It was thundering disgrace. Thing is, he was right. But he became highly suspicious if you ever agreed with him. So I gave a non-committal smile. This seemed to satisfy, as he resumed staring into his pint. I don't know what he hoped to find. Maybe the lottery numbers, or an answer from Eamon Dunphy. I asked Jeff, "What do I owe you for a coffee?" "Nada, buddy." "How's Serena May?" "She's trying to walk. Can't be long now." "Watch out then, eh?" Outside Nestor, I turned up the collar of my Garda all-weather coat. A light drizzle was coming on down. Nothing major. A bunch of South Koreans passed. Still days from the World Cup. I knew they were as they jackets with Seoul rules on the back. A double entendre, if there was one. Ask the Italians. A former neighbor from my Hidden Valley days was sitting on a bench near the Great Southern Hotel. He hailed me, and I walked over. He launched, "You know I'm no singer. Well, I was McSwiggins the other night. I had more than my quota. A Norwegian woman started chatting to me. I knew she was from there, one of them cold countries. She'd a frosty face. All of a sudden, I began to sing, for the good times." He paused, shaking his head at the wonder of it. I knew Willie Nelson had recently played in Kilkenny, telling a delighted crowd he needed the money to pay the light bill. Now my friend continued. "She thought the song was gifted, so I told her I wrote it. Jesus, she believed me, and I got to bang her down the boat club. That sort of thing has never happened to me in all my years. I'm thinking I should have taken up singing years ago. What do you make of that?" "You can't beat Willie." I left him pondering the mysteries of music and women. It felt good to be walking, and as I passed various pubs, I kept my eyes focused away. The lure of drink lay in wait at every hour of every day. Going over the Salmon Weir Bridge, I recognized the guy beside the age concern bin. He shouted, "Yo, Jack!" I'd known him all my life. At school, he'd excelled in catechism and was equally fluent in Irish and English. He'd become a poacher, or, they were known locally, snatcher. I said, "How's it going, Mick?" He gave a rueful smile, pointed to the water. A man kitted out in expensive angling gear, with waders to his thighs, was casting a long line. Mick said, "German bullocks?" "Yeah?" "To fish for one day costs a bloody small ransom, plus handing over half the catch." A thought struck me, and I asked, "What happens if he only catches one?" Mick gave me a laugh, a pure maliciousness. Said, "Then he's fucked." Mick was probably the finest salmon snatcher west of the Shannon. There was a hold all at his feet, and he leaned down, took out a flask and a full French roll, extended them, and asked, "Want a bite?" "No, I'm good." "Have a drink then. It'll warm you up, get the blood dancing." I felt my heart accelerate. Asked, "What's in it?" "Chicken soup and poutine." Christ, I was tempted. "Just go for it." I shook my head, said, "No, but thanks." He put the flask to his head, drank deep, then he lowered it, and I swear his eyes rolled back as he exclaimed, "Fucking hell." I envied him that hit. What can compare to that shock of warmth as it hits your stomach? He said, "I heard you were off of it." I nodded miserably, and he reached again to the bag and asked, "Want one of these?" Handed me a calendar with the Sacred Heart on the front. Said, "It's a half-yearly job, so you don't lose 6 months." I'd already lost half my life. Flicked it open. There was homily for each day. I traced my finger down, found the day's date, read, "True faith promotes justice." Not in my experience. I started to hand it back. He refused, going, "No, it's a gift. I mean, you're a mass goer now. Am I right? So this is perfect." I had an urge to punch him in the mouth. Galway was a city now, a multicultural, multiracial one, but at its core was a small town mentality. They still knew what you were. I shoved the calendar in my pocket, said, "Be seeing you, Mick." He waited till I'd gone a distance, then chanced, "Say, one for us, will you?" I noticed a young man with blonde hair across the road. He seemed to be staring at me. I passed it off. Okay, that's, I guess, chapter 1. There's a small section at the end. When I was writing The Shadow of the Glen some years ago, I got more aid than any learning could have given me from a chink in the floor of the old Wicklow house where I was staying. That let me hear what was being said by the servant girls in the kitchen. J.M. Synge, preface to The Playboy of the Western World. And that's it for today.